Tomorrow is January 6th, and it is the certification of the presidential election. Now, prior to 2020, most of us didn't think about the certification as even being something that happened. It kind of happened in the background. Congress showed up. It was all performance and ceremony, and they just went along with whatever we knew to be the expected results of the election. I think the last time there was any issues was probably 2000 prior to 2020, and that was because of the all the issues with Florida and the Bush Gore election. And I don't even know if there was a problem during the certification. And we normally don't think about the certification. Now, in 2022, Democrats had changed the rules for uh, how the certification works. And I say Democrats, they passed, I believe it was a bipartisan law that changes how the certification works. It used to take one senator, one member of the House to object to any electors from a given state, and they would go back to their separate chambers. They would deliberate, come back, come to a consensus, and decide what to do. And Republicans wanted to use that chaos to toss out some of the swing states and therefore basically award the election to Donald Trump because he would have the majority of what was left. Now, that didn't happen, of course, because of all of the other chaos surrounding January 6th and the attempted insurrection, but that was their plan. Now, with the new law change, it takes 20% of the House of Representatives, which is over 100 members of the House, and 20 senators to object before they start deliberating about how a state goes. So I don't think there's going to be any sort of massive delay with the certification. I think it's going to go like normal. And I don't think we're going to see a repeat of the violence that happened 4 years ago because it doesn't make any sense for there to be violence. The violence was caused by Trump supporters after he lost, even though they like to blame Democrats and liberals for trying to change the results of an election Joe Biden won to make it so Joe Biden won. Doesn't make any sense, but that's what they believe. So we'll see how the certification goes tomorrow. Should go off without a hitch. And unfortunately, Kamala Harris has to certify her own loss. She will be there. That is the job of the vice president. But again, she has no authority to change the results and make it so she won. Prior to the law change in 2022, she wouldn't have had the authority to do so anyway. But they clarified it with that law change, making it so it specifically says in the law that her role is basically performative and there's nothing else that can be done. So tomorrow should be interesting, but I expect it to go off without a hitch.